G'day guys, how's it going? So this week we're going to be making up a rack for my pliers. Before they're an absolute mess. This way they're all held up nice and straight, they're not falling out. They're going to be similar to the screwdriver holder. That was a video last week, but due to some technical issues I lost that video. So you can see it here, everything's laid out nicely. This was just with some scrap 90 by 35 timber. It cost about 3 cents to make and took 20 minutes. Hope you like, guys. Stay tuned. So this is the mess we got at the moment. That's all the pliers we're going to be putting up, organising. There's a bit of 90 by 35 we're going to be using. It's about 450 to 500 mil long. So I've drawn the two outside lines and we're going to use a 25 mil spade bit. The two outside lines we're going to run a jigsaw up the edge and join up the two holes. So here we'll drill the two outside holes. I normally drill through about 3/4 of the way through until the tip of the spade point comes out the back side. That way I can flip it over and then drill through from the other side. It saves tear out, plus it also saves you nicking the drill breast table as you come through the end. So this is the largest handle I've got to put in. This way it shows that the slot's going to be big enough, it's going to sit in there nicely, it's not going to jam up as you try to put things in and out. Jigsaw, we've drilled the two holes, so now we're going to run along the outside lines. I've already done one side, and this way we're just going to join up the last line. Try to keep the lines fairly straight. If you don't, you have a bit of a whoop in the middle where they've joined up. Just be careful when you're using the jigsaw on a fairly big cut like this. Like, it's not huge, but don't push it. Just let the saw work for itself. The more you push it, the more you're going to strain the motor, and the quicker you're going to burn it out. And not everyone can afford to go replacing jigsaws all the time. So that's the middle piece coming out, just slots out, nice and easy. So here we'll run a file over the lines. There was a little bit of whoop in the middle where I missed the line. It doesn't really matter. We just want it to be functional, it doesn't have to look pretty, as long as it works. That's all that really counts. This is a cheap file. Obviously, if I could fit a sander in there, I would have, but it's not exactly an easy place to sand and clean up. So here we're going to use the Kreg jig to put some pocket holes. I do 2 in each end and then 2 in the middle. This way it makes it nice and strong. Last thing we want is for it to fall down while you're working on the bench. Especially if you're hammering or chiseling away, it's going to get some vibration. The pliers aren't overly heavy, but when you add them all up, they do have a little bit of weight to them. And so you need it to be strong. So here's what's there at the moment. So we'll clamp it up, we'll level it up to the screwdriver rack that's next to it. We'll put one screw in, and that'll work as a fulcrum. We can use that to lever off. We'll put a level on there, level it up so it's nice and straight, and put a screw in the other end. And then we'll go put screws in all the rest of the holes. If I was smart, I would have moved those bottles behind it. They're only short screws. The last thing I want is to nick a can, nick a bottle, and waste all the fluids. That's a point for next time. Those are all going to be moved. We're going to make some racks up for those, but they're the best spot for them at the moment. So it's nice and strong there. I'm going to start loading it up with all the pliers. As you'll see, there's lots of different types and sizes. It needs to be a one-size-fits-all solution. If I was to use a dowel, it doesn't have as much purchase on the pliers. They can roll off, they can push to the side fairly easily. This way we've got a good 35 mil of support against the leg, so they're not going to tip over too much. They're going to be held nice and sturdy. There's the last big one in.
Okay, so there we have it. Really quick, really simple pliers holder. Anyone can do it. I'm sure everyone's got some scraps laying around. Doesn't need to be pretty, just needs to be functional. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you like what you see, leave me some comments, and tune back next week. Catch you later.